Hey, welcome to Easy Anatomy. It's me again talking to you this time about the pathway of touch and proprioception. When we talk about proprioception, what do we mean by proprioception? This is sense of position and two-point discrimination and tactile discrimination. So basically, it's related to deep touch. Okay. So to start with, again, we start with receptors. So and from receptors, again, we have the peripheral process of dorsal root ganglion, and the central process is going to spinal cord and ascend through the spinal cord until they reach to Gracil and the cuneate tract in medulla. Okay, so if we draw, this is cross section in the spinal cord. This tract will ascend in the dorsal column. The one ascend in the lateral part until it reaches to nucleus in medulla. This is the cuneate part, the cuneate tract or fasciculus tracts, and the one which coming from lower part of the body is going to ascend medial until it reaches to Gracil nucleus in the medulla. So let us draw spinal cord and medulla with different color here. Okay, so this is a spinal cord and then medulla until you reach to thalamus, and here we will talk about crossing. This is the midline. I will draw the midline with different color. So here is the midline of CNS in general. So this is the spinal cord. This is medulla. Okay. I go back to the red color. So second order neuron cross in the medulla and ascend to thalamus, and from thalamus third order neuron project to same side sensory area, cerebral cortex, and this is the sensory area, area 3 to 1. So here is the first order neuron. This is from lower part of the body, and this is from upper part of the body, and they ascend in the same side of the spinal cord. In which column? What is this area of the spinal cord? This is dorsal column. Did they cross or ascend in the same side? They ascend in the same side until they reach to cuneate and Gracil nuclei, cuneate and Gracil. As you see, Gracil is medial to cuneate. So the cuneate receive from upper part of the body, and cuneate from upper part of the body, and Gracil from lower part of the body, exactly below T6, below thoracic segment number 6, and this is above C6, T6. Okay, then they cross to the midline, the second order neuron. This is second order neuron, and the second order neuron, we call it medial lemniscus. We call it medial lemniscus. and ascend until they reach to thalamus, and from thalamus they go to cerebral cortex. Which nucleus of the thalamus? BVL, the posterolateral nucleus. This is from the body, and we receive all sensation from the body below head. But the BVM, the ventral medial nucleus of the thalamus, this is the one the medial nucleus receive from the head. So let us go now to apply this basic information in clinical setting. If there is injury in the spinal cord that involve the posterior column, where is the loss of the function? The function is going to be the same side or opposite side. Let us say that here is lesion in the spinal cord in this area. Okay, so basically the loss of the function is going to be in the same side, because as you see the crossing happen in medulla. So any lesion affecting spinal cord or medulla below Gracil and cuneate is going to be ipsilateral. Loss of tactile discrimination, loss of sense of position, and induce sort of ataxia, which disturbed gait and balance. Then the lesion in medial lemniscus. If there is any lesion here in medial lemniscus, which is the second order neuron, or even in the third order neuron, or even in the cerebral cortex, the loss of proprioception is going to be of the side. Okay, this is as simple as mentioned now. There is another tract which I like to attract your attention to, which is still carrying touch. Okay, this tract we call it ventral spinothalamic tract. Just a quick review for this another tract which we call it ventral spinothalamic tract. The ventral spinothalamic tract actually is going to cross at different level, carrying touch also, and is going to cross at different level of spinal cord and join and then ascend in the ventral column. This area is the ventral column of the spinal cord, and join the tract in the lateral column, which is lateral spinothalamic tract. So we have lateral spinothalamic tract, and we have ventral spinothalamic tract. The ventral for touch, the lateral is for pain and temperature, and both of them they form what we call it the anterolateral system. So, but the good news about this tract, it ascend and cross at different levels. That's why injury of this tract and joining the spinothalamic tract, injury of this tract usually is hard to lead to loss of touch sensation, because the crossing happen at different level. Okay, and also because touch sensation also represented by Gracil and the cuneate tract. So this is the ventral spinothalamic tract again, which carrying touch sensation also, and with the spinothalamic tract is going to form what we call it anterolateral system. Anterolateral system. Okay, please don't forget that the ventral and the lateral spinothalamic tract. So now we're done with pathway of pain, temperature, and the touch. Injury of medial lemniscus or injury of Gracil or cuneate, etc. tracts leads to loss of tactile discrimination, which means you cannot differentiate what kind of object you touch if you close your eye, if you are touching a pen or coins. And the 2-point discrimination also, this is what we call it also stereognosis, like stereognosis. You cannot recognize things if you close your eye by touch. The 2-point discrimination, if you touch, if there is 2 point, of touch on the hand, for example, and very close, usually you can differentiate whether this is two stimuli or one stimulus. And loss of gracil cuneate or medial lemniscus function leads to inability to differentiate these 2 points. Okay, if you stimulate your skin with 2 stimuli simultaneously and they are close to each other, okay, usually in normal person you can differentiate, okay, that they are 2 stimuli. So before I leave you, remember that injury here, this is gracil and cuneate tracts. Injury here, this is the posterior column, leads to ipsilateral loss of proprioception and the touch, or what we call it akinesthesia, or asterognosis, or loss of deep touch in general and the position. Then injury in medial lemniscus leads to contralateral loss of this function. Thank you.